Tonight, Commitment 2016. From the White House to Western Pennsylvania. Your vote, your voice, your results. Pittsburgh's Action News 4 starts now.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am ready. Everybody, as you watch history unfold tonight, we're making it happen right here. First ever live Facebook newscast. Up-to-the-minute results taking you into the candidates' campaign headquarters and providing you live analysis every hour as we count down to Pittsburgh's Action News 4 at 11.
And you all are part of this. We are doing it right here on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us here on Facebook so that you can watch TV and you can watch Facebook at the second time on your second screen, right? Tonight, your comments, what you have to say about this election is going to shape this conversation. We really want you to give us all your questions, all your comments, put them there in the comments section. We're going to read them. We see them starting to come in right now. Mason has already said something here. We're talking about Washington, PA. We're going to get to some of your questions right now. Now,
the polls have been closed, well, for about 30 minutes or so, so the results are beginning to come in. We have Jackie Kane live in our interactive commitment center with a look at where the race is. Some of the key ones stand right now, Jackie.
Well, Andrew and Shannon, it is still very early, but let's zero in now on the presidential race. Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton versus Republican nominee Donald Trump. Both candidates have spent a lot of time here in our state and here in Pittsburgh. We haven't had any visits locally, though, from candidates Gary Johnson or Jill Stein. All right, let's take a look at the results here. 50% for Donald Trump right now, 46% for Hillary Clinton, 3% coming in for Gary Johnson, and 1% for Jill Stein. That's just 8%. Now, another hot race we're watching in Pennsylvania, Attorney General. Republican and current State Senator John Rafferty versus Democrat Josh Shapiro. All right, we're going to send it back to the desk with Andrew and Shannon for now.
All right, Jackie, continue to follow that for us, and we want to send it right now to LANA. Zach, she is in New York. We're talking about the presidential race right now.
That's right. In fact, she's with the Trump campaign right now. LANA, what's going on over there?
That's right. Hi, Andrew and Shannon. What a delight to be with you. I'm here at Trump election headquarters where the crowd is still a bit sparse, but they are enthusiastic.
All right, Lana, Zach, live in Midtown Manhattan at the Trump election party tonight.
And not too very far away from that, we go right now to Marcy Gonzalez. She's live at the Javits Center in New York City at Hillary Clinton's election night headquarters. Good evening to you, Marcy.
Hi, Andrew and Shannon. Good evening. 576 days of campaigning for Team Clinton, and it all comes down to this. Andrew and Shannon, back to you.
Marcy Gonzalez there in New York. Thank you so much. And now what we want to do is bring in our favorite, our analyst, Jerry Schuster, to talk about some of the questions that you folks have asked us all night long. We've been asking for your questions. And Dawn from Moon Township wanted to know from you, Jerry, tonight, how are some of these news outlets able to call these races for certain candidates so early, some with, just 20, 30% of the vote coming in?
Very sophisticated exit polling. Obviously, we learned a few presidential elections ago. We learned the lesson that they needed to be accurate or, all hell would break loose.
All right, Jerry Schuster will be with us throughout the course of the evening as we continue to follow this election night. And right now, we've got Bo Berman live in Allentown at Republican Pat Toomey's election night headquarters. But we want to begin with Bob Mayo live in Philadelphia. He's with Democrat Katie McGinty. Bob.
Hi, Andrew. We're here at the ballroom of a hotel in Philadelphia that will be not only what Katie McGinty hopes will be her celebration of a victory party, but also an event for Pennsylvania Democrats from across the state convening here in Harrisburg for this event.
All right, Bob Mayo live with the McGinty campaign. Quite a bit has been said on both sides of this Senate campaign.
Yeah, lots of words being exchanged today, and we go to Bo Berman live tonight in Allentown at Republican Pat Toomey's election night headquarters. Good evening to you, Bo. How's the mood there right now?
Hey, good evening to you, Shannon and Andrew. Here inside the presidential ballroom of the Lehigh Valley Holiday Inn. The mood is, it seems optimistic here among campaign staffers, watching as the presidential numbers trickle in, and of course they'll be keeping a close eye on how this race turns out as well. Okay,
Bo Berman tonight for us there across the state at the Pat Toomey Center there, waiting to see the results come in. Senator Toomey not just trying to hold on to his Senate seat, but trying to maintain Republican control of the Senate. We will watch this race closely tonight.
Now, of course, at the polls in Western Pennsylvania and really throughout the country today, there were some long lines. In fact, some voters had to wait a couple hours to finally cast their votes today.
That's right. And we want to bring in Bob HAZEN. He's live in Murraysville. Some voters were determined to cast their ballots, waiting a long time.
Hey guys, 45 minutes ago the polls closed, but yeah, there's still people in line right here in Murraysville. waiting to cast their ballots. The line was cut off at 8 o'clock tonight at the very back of it as it wound around this church at the back of the parking lot. Reporting live in Murraysville, Bob Hazen, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Before we go, I just want to say that there have been so many people posting here on our Facebook page. We are so glad that you're commenting. We're going to have more for you on
That's
this.
right. We will get back to you. By the way, our coverage does continue until the final races are called, both on TV and online, and of course on your smartphone. On WTAE.com and the WTAE mobile app all night, we have up-to-the-minute results of the presidential race, plus see results from all of Pennsylvania's races, and we'll break them down for you county by county.
You're going to want to join us right back here on Facebook at 9:30 and 10:30. You've got your TV on Channel 4. You got your phone right there. Don't leave us. We won't leave you. We'll be back with much more on this election night.
Tonight, Commitment 2016. From the White House to Western Pennsylvania. Your vote, your voice, your results. Pittsburgh's Action News 4 starts now.
Hey there, and welcome to the Facebook Live broadcast. Andrew Stockey and Shannon Perrine, you on board thanks to the Facebook page.
Yeah, that's right. You know you watch TV like this now. So you watch TV. Hopefully you've got ABC Channel 4 on right now in your home. And then you also probably have your iPad or your smartphone here. And you're watching us on Facebook. And we really appreciate it because it gives us a chance to hear from you. And we have got this election covered from the national races to the local races. And this big Senate race in our state that could shape history right now. Absolutely.
And we have some great insight as well. We're joined by Pittsburgh's Action News 4 political analyst Jerry Schuster. And Jerry, I've gotten so many messages from people basically saying we love Hillary, we love Trump. So give these people an idea here. If there's a state right now that goes a certain way, will that tell the election? One state.
Is it going to come down to one state?
Given the way the election is at this moment, no.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take a combination of states. Probably Pennsylvania and Ohio will be the two turning points.
Well, results continue to roll in at this hour, and we're going to turn now to Jackie Kane live in what we call our Interactive Commitment Center with a closer look at where those key races stand right now, Jackie.
Well, Andrew, as the hours tick on, the election results are starting to come into focus. Let's start with the race for the White House. Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton versus Republican nominee Donald Trump. Both candidates have devoted a lot of time to Pennsylvania and here in Pittsburgh. Let's take a look at those results showing right now 25% of precincts reporting 49% for Donald Trump, 47% for Hillary Clinton. Still very close.
So in a matter of hours, one candidate will accept the presidency while the other one will concede.
And we are live at both campaign headquarters, both located just a couple miles away from each other in New York City. So let's start with Aixa Diaz live in Manhattan, where Donald Trump is waiting to learn his fate. So Aixa, what's the mood there right now among the Trump folks?
Well, Andrew, Shannon, the mood here is upbeat. People here are optimistic about tonight's results. Donald Trump has gotten more than a dozen states called his way, and as soon as that happens, each time a state is called, this crowd behind me starts cheering, clapping, chanting USA.
We were just talking about Hillary Clinton. Let's go and turn to Hillary Clinton's campaign, which right now is having its election night party just down the road at the Javits Center in New York City. We're joined by Sally Kidd. So Sally, how about the mood over there as they watch the returns begin to trickle in?
Well, we have a very festive mood here, Andrew. The polls in most of the battleground states have already closed. Those votes are still being counted. Some states, key state or blue states rather, already in Clinton's column.
Now, the big ballot question today in Pennsylvania, should judges retire at the age of 75? Yes, right now the judges are forced to retire at the age of 70. It looks like with 74% of the precincts reporting, the yeses have it 51 to 49%. We're going to continue to watch these numbers all night long. We're going to throw it back to you, Shannon and Andrew.
All right, Mike Clark, thank you so much for running through those races with us. That Senate race here in Pennsylvania is obviously a big one to watch as we watch what will happen with the United States Senate. The House looks like it's going to stay Republican. That's not a big shock to folks. The Senate, though, could switch and go to the Democratic side. And the folks where Bob Mayo is right now certainly hope that happens. He's with the Katie McGinty camp.
Now they're talking about things being too close to call right now. We're in this ballroom of a hotel in downtown Philadelphia that serves not only as a place for Katie McGinty supporters to gather, but also Pennsylvania's Democratic Party across Pennsylvania. Take a look. You'll see that the crowd has thinned from earlier. There are some people who are here who are now seated on the floor watching the big screen, watching for returns as they come in. The Most recent figures that this crowd has heard from Democratic Party officials indicated that with around 82% of the vote in, that Hillary Clinton and Katie McGinty in the respective races had narrow leads, just under 10,000, but that has seesawed back and forth within a close range. They're waiting here for updates. We haven't seen anything like this in some time in Pennsylvania, Shannon.
The state and the nation just kind of holding their breath. Bob Mayo, thank you so much for joining us and watching everything so closely as this very interesting and compelling election night continues.
All right, we're going to turn now to Bo Berman, who's live in Allentown at Pat Toomey's headquarters this evening. And Bo, it is tight. Toomey trails by a couple points right now, but what's the mood among the Toomey faithful in attendance at the ballroom?
Yeah, Shannon, Andrew, the mood is honestly relatively subdued right now. You can just take a look over here to the side. You can see folks are sitting down at these tables. They're watching the big screen TVs here and really focused, it appears, more so on the presidential election right now. Of course, they're extremely passionate about this U.S. Senate race. They're backing Pat Toomey 100%. He's here at this Holiday Inn Hotel here in the Allentown area, his home turf. He has not come into this ballroom yet tonight at all, but he is here somewhere watching the results come in privately.
Marcy, so this Republican incumbent feeling happy tonight?
Absolutely. You know, the victory party continues here at Congressman Keith Roth's victory party. He gave a speech just a short time ago claiming victory, and we're actually going to talk with him. I'm going to grab him right over here. Congressman, can we talk to you real quick?
Sure.
Okay, this is Congressman who just won re-election. Your seat, tell us what this means to you.
Well, I'd like to thank the people of the Pennsylvania 12th District. It's a real honor and privilege to serve in the United States House of Representatives.
And I'm just getting a tweet right now to read to you that Josh Shapiro is thanking Pennsylvania. I am honored and humbled by your support and proud to be the Attorney General for all Pennsylvania. So Josh Shapiro claiming victory in the race for Attorney General after Pennsylvania went through quite a scandal with the last Attorney General. Moving forward, Josh Shapiro, the Democrat, winning that race.
All right, well, we get out now to the two presidential election parties this evening. We're going to begin with the Donald Trump gathering. As you can see, a lot of red hats there. And as you know, Donald Trump made that hat famous. The hat says, "Make America Great Again." And what we want to tell you as you're looking at this live shot from Midtown Manhattan is that in Pennsylvania, where the battle is very close right now, Hillary Clinton has about 2.4 million votes. Donald Trump has 2.3 something. The difference is about 50,000 votes. Or 49 to 48%, 70% of the electorate reporting at this hour here in Pennsylvania.
What we want to do right now is show you a live picture of the Hillary Clinton party right now, a very somber atmosphere. You can see our reporters there in the foreground, the folks there watching those states, watching their Twitter feeds, watching their Facebook feeds.
What we want to do now is turn to our own Mike Clark, who is keeping an eye on things here in Pennsylvania. Once again, that U.S. Senate race, very tight at this hour.
You know, guys, you're talking about the polls. I asked Jerry Schuster tonight. I said, the last couple of weeks especially, we heard that these polls are so sophisticated. They can really drill down and get a great idea of who people are going to vote for. And it did look like Hillary Clinton was going to win the day going into this. She was well within the margin of error, of course, but it looked like Hillary Clinton was going to carry the day. Jerry Schuster said, you know, if you really look at the numbers, it proves what he's said all along, that people don't tell the truth often when they're asked on these polls. So let's look at the real numbers right now in the state of Pennsylvania. Hillary Clinton with 47% of the vote. Donald Trump with, this is the national poll, with 72% of everyone in the country reporting right now, 48 to 47%. Let's take a look now at some other numbers as we go to the next graphic. This is the U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania with 80% of the precincts reporting. It is a virtual dead heat. Both Katie McGinty and Pat Toomey with 48% of the votes. Less than 30,000 votes separate Pat Toomey and Katie McGinty with more than 2.4 million votes for each of the candidates. Just remarkable numbers. Guys, back to you.
All right, Mike Clark, thank you so much. And we're going to take another look back in just at the different parties for that Senate race here in Pennsylvania, the Katie McGinty party there outside Philadelphia. And also we're going to take a look at the Pat Toomey party as well. This is the Katie McGinty headquarters. Again, these folks just waiting, watching each number come in. The most expensive Senate race in the history of the United States. This was a fierce campaign. How many commercials did you see back and forth between these two candidates?
As you watch history unfold tonight, we're making it happen right here.
When you wanted election coverage right in your hand, Pittsburgh's Action News 4 made it happen. Pittsburgh's first live interactive newscast.
You all are part of this.
Your questions shaped the conversation.
It's a good question. Okay, polls close in PA, so I don't know how people could still be waiting and voting.
Jackie Stuckey Porter wants to know, what is the validity of tonight's results? Can candidates challenge?
Thank you, Pittsburgh, for making history with us.